Today I'm doing a follow-up video to a previous video that I did last week on what I call the super secret scale, or my go-to scale for improvising or soloing over 7th chords and blues chord progressions. For many guitar players, when they're soloing over blues chords, the minor pentatonic is their go-to scale. But are there other options? So over my A7, rather than playing A minor pentatonic, I'm going to put an A major pentatonic over that one. Now, where I will use an A minor pentatonic is going to be over the D7 chord, our 4 chord. Because it's got all of the diatonic notes from the scale and the chord all combined into one. Then over my 5 chord, rather than playing A minor pentatonic, I'm going to play a B minor pentatonic over it. And here's why. So over my 1 chord, the A7, if I use A major pentatonic, I've got the root, I've got the 2nd degree of the scale, I've got the major 3rd, I've got the 5th, I've got a 6th or a 13th, depending on your perspective. Typically, once we get into 7th chords and above, we call this note the 13th. But for the scale, it's just going to be our 6th degree of the scale. And then we've got our octave. So once again, we've got root, 2nd, major 3rd, 5th, 6th, and octave. Now over the D7, D9, D13, by playing an A minor pentatonic over that chord, we've got, starting at the lowest note from A minor pentatonic here, we've got the 5th of the D7, we've got the flatted 7th from the D7, we've got our root, our 9th, our 4th, and our 5th again. So then we've got the 7th, the root, the 9th, the 4th, the 5th, and the flatted 7th. And the same kind of holds true for my E7, E9, or E13, my 5 chord. I'm going to put a B minor pentatonic over that, and here's why. So starting on the lowest note from the B minor pentatonic scale in 7th position, I've got the 5th of the chord, I've got the dominant 7th, I've got the root, the 2nd, I've got the 4th, and the 5th. And then it just runs through those again with 7th, root, 9th, 2nd. I got my 4th, my 5th, my flatted 7th. If I bend it up, I've got another root right there for E. Now let's put some licks together over those chords and see what kind of sounds we get. Hey, if you're digging this video, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Now you can also move freely between A major pentatonic and A minor pentatonic with no problems. The tension between the major third of the chord and the minor third of the scale does create some pretty interesting sounds. Now over like my 4 chord, I said earlier that you could use an A minor pentatonic over that because all of the notes in that A minor pentatonic scale coincide or complement that D7 chord, D9, D13. However, there's times when I might want to add a little bit more tension to that, so that's when the blues scale really works well over that 4 chord, the D7 in this case. So going through those notes real quick, you've got the, starting on the lowest note in the 5th position for the A minor pentatonic scale, you've got the 5th, the flatted 7th, the root, the flat 9, the 9, the 4th, and the 5th, and then the 7th, the root, the flat 9, the 2nd, 4th, 5th, 7th. A couple other notes that I might add would be the 6th or the 13th, as well as the major third and the flat 9. Now the same holds true for my E7, E9, E13, whatever chord you want to substitute for that. 7th position, I've got the same formula here. I've got my 5th, my dominant 7th, my root, my flat 9, my 9, my 4th, my 5th. Got my flatted 7th again. I've got the root, flat 9, 9, and then I could throw in the major third, the 4th, the 5th. Might even throw in the 6/13 right here, as well as the upper dominant 7th. I think that scale right there really adds some pretty cool little textures to the chord and really makes it kind of stand out from just your basic minor pentatonic scale over it. Hey, let me know what you guys think about the scales that I showed you today over the blues chord progression. Just remember though that these scales are merely just substitutions that I will use from time to time. Nothing is set in stone, and that's the beauty of music. We all perceive things differently and we can approach it however we would like. So hit me up down below. Let me know how you get along with those scales. Don't forget to subscribe to Joe's Fancy Guitar Studio. Turn on the bell notifications. Become a super fan so you see when I upload a new video. And check out this video right here. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Keep rocking on.